Friends from Belleville and around the world. Welcome to TSL's coverage of the BrokerLink Mixed 2019 Provincial Championships, coming to you live from the Quinte Curling Club. My name is Barb Williamson, and I'm joined by Rebecca Wickershire, a three-time junior mixed participant. Welcome, Rebecca.
Thanks, Barb. Very excited to be back here for Draw 3 here in Belleville, Ontario. A little cooler than yesterday, but we're ready to get things underway here on Sheet 2. Our feature matchup is going to see from the Lindsay Curling Club, Team Bolton. They're throwing the Redstones, skipped by John Bolton, third Angie Mullaney, second Terry Jenkins, and lead Tara Stephen. They're going to be going up against a hometown team from here at the Quinte Curling Club, Team Collier. They're throwing the Yellowstones, skipped by Dave Collier, third Sherry Collier, second Mike Collier, and lead Kendra Lafleur. So a good matchup here today.
In addition to that, we'd like to share with our viewers our standings up to this point. As we mentioned, this is Draw 3 of this event, so we already have a little bit of separation happening in the pack here. We have Team Tuck, Team Bowser, and Team Buke sitting atop the standings with records of 2-0. In the middle of the pack, we have Team Villard and just lost our graphic here, but we do have a few teams that are winless at this point, and our feature game actually has two of them coming up against each other, looking for their first W of this event.
Sure, so it's going to be a very important matchup here today on Sheet 2. As you said, both these teams looking for our first win. Some other games going on here as well. Over on Sheet 1, we've got Team Villard going up against Team Ald. On Sheet 3, Team Tuck against Team Hegestad. And over on Sheet 4, we've got Team Buke and Team Bowser. So starting to get interesting here as we enter Draw 3 of this competition.
It is, and as we see some of these other matchups, Rebecca, it's interesting because there are, as we know, a pile of former champions out there, and Hegstad versus Tuck for this game. They are both former Ontario representatives at the Nationals, and they're coming up in a head-to-head match today. So one of them is going to end up moving it slightly more ahead of the pack than the other. So it's going to be it's tightly bunched now, and after today, after 4 draws, we should see some things starting to settle.
Absolutely, going to be an interesting day here at the Quinte Curling Club. Teams on our feature sheet here just finishing up their 7-minute practice.
So that's part of, before every game, each team gets the opportunity to go out and throw some rocks, read the ice. And as we've mentioned, looks like what's happening now more and more is that the teams concentrate their whole 7 minutes on trying to find that perfect draw to the button weight. And we know how important that is.
Well, that's exactly it, especially in an 8-end game. We talked about the importance of having hammer in the first end, and a lot of teams really using their practice to focus on trying to make that shot. So we saw Team Colliers go into the back forefoot earlier on their draw for hammer, so we're going to see John Bolton here trying to beat that stone and get the hammer here in the first end.
So they get a 7-minute practice, and then they take, then they get the warning, the 1-minute warning, so to speak, and then they have that time with which to settle in the hack and have that thrower deliver the draw to the button. It's not always the same person, so you can't always put your best drawer in in the hack. You do have to at least each throw once in your 7 games, and then anybody can throw it after that, after everybody has a turn.
Exactly, so we're seeing second Terry Jenkins throw his practice stone here.
And it's, not only does it give you hammer in the game that you're playing right now, but it can down the road. These scores are cumulative. They keep track of them for the entire event, and they will use them in the event of a tie to determine playoff positions.
Well, that's exactly it. It's a 7-game round robin format here, with the first place team advancing to the final and second and third place teams playing a semifinal game. So trying to determine those 2 and 3 spots, the draws for hammer can really come into play. So very important stones in 2 facets.
And we quickly mentioned the format of this, it being a 7-game round robin, and 3 teams do advance. So there will be a semifinal on Sunday between the second and the third place team, and whether or not they have to play tiebreakers, again, that's to be determined. And the winner of the round robin, so the team with the best record after 7 games, advances directly to the final. So that is important in itself.
Sure is.
So they're the Rocks. This is his draw to the button. They swept it early. It really needs to make a move here if it's going to finish in anywhere close to the button. Looks like he's a little heavy.
Sorry, my fault.
So it looks like Team Collier have won the draw to the button. Well, that's what Team Collier are saying. They're standing right behind us. So the official's going to measure it here, and we'll get the final word from the official.
Sorry,
It's a neat little measuring device they have there. It's a laser. They've just put it in the pinhole in the middle of where the regular measuring stick goes.
Lets them be a little bit more accurate.
Good enough, yeah. Mike, have a good one. Play well, Dave.
So we get the traditional handshake here, which is always a great way to start the game. And we're still waiting to see who's going to jump in the hack here first. It's not really clear how the measurement went.
Okay, let's go, guys. Have a good one, eh?
Okay, so it looks like Team Collier have earned the last rock advantage. So they get
Gave us
hammer,
the thumbs up.
and we're just about ready to go here. So a couple of last-minute slides here. So the team that practices first often likes to get another slide in after they've been standing in the lounge for a bit. So they take that opportunity just before make sure everything's loose.
Exactly.
Yeah, you too. Oh, we do have hammer. He pointed at us and said he had hammer.
Bit of confusion from the players on that as well, but Team Bolton lead Tara Stephen jumping in the hack there to start things off.
So we're underway here in draw 3.
We saw the first rock of the game from both our draws yesterday go into the top 4 foot. Similar call here from John Bolton, just sliding a little deep. Hangs on in the back 12 foot.
So that's not a rock worth hitting. So I guess Dave's going to go offense here right out of the gate. Now, as we mentioned, Dave is from this club, so there could be some cheering here from the people that have come out to support the home team.
Yeah, they had a nice crowd here last night as well. Great to see. Lots of great volunteers out again here today from the Quinte Curling Club as well, and we talked about them a bit yesterday, but they're so important for these kinds of events. They're here making lunches, serving drinks, cleaning up, and it's so important, and it's really great to see all these ladies helping out here again today.
They put on a fabulous lunch for the senior teams that just came off the ice from their morning draw, so it smelled really good, and they've invited us to share in some later after our game, so we'll probably take them up on that. So the corner guard is good, and now looks like Team Bolton are going to try and put a better one in the top of the rings.
I think they were hoping for a guard on that one, actually. That kind of leaves this hit and roll here for Team Collier, trying to utilize that corner guard.
Yep. Hard.
So Dave Collier should be very familiar with this ice and its intricacies.
That's good. That's good.
Bit of a hometown advantage.
Fine.
We've definitely noticed some things about sheet 2, and so I'm pretty sure that he knows the rocks and the paths
Easy
on all of
control,
these
even
sheets.
board.
So he's going to want to hit and stick right there with this rock.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Stay with it. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Looks pretty quiet.
Coming quite a bit. Doesn't want to jam it.
Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. I got it.
Just enough to push it through the rings.
Really
and
good. Just not enough ice.
loses his shooter.
Through it good.
Skip taking the responsibility there, saying he didn't give him enough ice. So I'm very much in the learning mode here in the first end.
Yes, they haven't seen this sheet yet. And of course, we only watch this sheet, so maybe a little bit different than some of the other ones that
Got room right now.
John has played on.
And I actually haven't heard anything negative from any of the
Pretty good
curlers.
now.
The ice stands up very well. The
Jerry's
speed stays from beginning to
Good.
end.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep, yep. Hard. Whoa, 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 whoa. Real nice, Mike.
I believe the
Alright.
ice maker's name here is, I have it written down here, Rick Hutchison. So
Oh,
good
no,
job, Mr. Ice Maker.
Yes.
That same ice with normal, I think.
Very nice shot there. Corner
Nice
frozen to the one
freeze.
in the back. It is a little bit of an angle here, so a nose hit here, and they should both go.
Yep. Oh. Yep. 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 Hard. Hard.
Curled up a little bit on them, eh?
Yeah.
They need to hit a little higher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
couldn't quite remove it.
So Dave's going to play the same phrase here. Like father, like son here. That they're both lefties. The skip and the
Yeah.
second.
Room. Line's better. Still got room. Close. Kendra. Whoa. 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 Close, Kendra.
Gonna be
Whoa,
close.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Up place.
Gives it a little bump.
Board.
Not sure he can make that double and save his shooter, so he's probably just going to have to play one of them here and try not to jam it on his own rock at the back of the rings.
Yep, 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 yep. Hard. Hard.
Sweepers on this right away.
Hard, got a goal. Hard, really hard.
That's curling on them again.
Hard, 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 hard. Whoa. Yep, 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 yep. Hard, 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 hard.
Oh, and he avoids a jam.
Just picked it out.
But they leave the red rock there for backing. Team Collier can snuggle up to it again.
Vice Sherry
Close the
Collier.
line. Okay, well,
Oh, it must be heavy.
Not getting the same curl that he was
Kendra.
seen on with the other
Right,
throwers.
Kendra.
Yeah, just a bit too much weight.
Yeah, it's through the ring's weight.
Okay.
Sherry won't be happy with that.
Sure, well. My fault.
Like that at all?
So red must be sitting shot here. He's ignoring that other yellow stone. I always say though, you can't score if it's not the rings.
Yeah.
You don't have hammer. Bit risky to leave the opponent's rocks lying around.
It is.
It's gonna really go soon. Stay with it. Yep. 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 Huh. Whoa.
He was right. He said it was really going to go soon, and there's a tremendous amount of curl in that spot.
There sure is. We've seen that
Well
yesterday as well.
We haven't seen too many shots in front of the tee line in this end.
No. Leaves Sherry another freeze attempt
Yeah, that side's
on this rock this time.
no matter what. We can't undersell that side.
Go then. Line's good. Just for weight. Lots of room. No bounce. Whoa, Mike. Whoa, Mike. Whoa, Mike.
It looks like it's going to take a little bounce off of that.
Okay.
Almost perfect,
Really close.
but it is a little, well, it's probably almost fully open from the hack.
Actually. I think like the way it curls, I can throw as much as board.
Rough with it.
You want to take on with that kind of weight.
A little
Like,
more than Mike. And
I think like a hack waiter. I threw a hack waiter
No,
right
you
down
were
the
just
center
here.
line. Like again, it was curling so hard, but I threw a hack waiter about there, and it got to almost our red. So, like I think we're close to there.
should have left the ice alone.
Good discussion there on where to put the broom.
You mentioned that they did
Threw a
throw some
waiter
hack
and
weight
practice
type
this
shots
spot, and
in
it,
practice.
Really went just like everything else, but I think hack weight here will get half rock type roll center line side.
We've seen some good examples of great communication from the skip to his sweepers in all of our games so far. That's coming down, giving the options, and sharing the weight and in anticipated outcome.
Yeah, it's nice to see.
Yep. Yep.
Just curling on him.
Has to go hard on this.
Just gets it by the
Wow.
guard. That was a pretty
Move that
tight
over
squeeze, I'll tell you.
Wanted to get it that way. I had to get that going a bit. Good sweep. Good. I'm with.
So Dave can see most of this.
Thanks. Never a doubt of that one not curling, eh?
Just bumped
Little
out
soft
about a
on you.
foot. 95. 90.
Oh, sorry, Dave is not a lefty. It's just the young lad's a lefty.
Little lad. Line's good. Just for weight. Yep. Hard. Hard. Just for weight. Whoa. Whoa.
Good shot.
Very nice little tap.
One of the things I like about that shot is that it's kind of still in play, and it could, perhaps
weight,
act
eh?
as a catcher later on in the end.
That's exactly it. Made that yellow
more like
stone
what he just
very
did.
difficult to remove.
Huh?
Pretty precise to try and squeeze it through that hole.
I'll say. And avoid missing the red one that's sitting just on the angle to maybe about the 10 o'clock position.
I'll try to give you more like what he just threw, like that back line. Easy hack kind of weight. Yeah, I'll try. I was easy board on that one, eh? Yeah, okay.
He was easy board and he got a lot of curl. He just got by the guard. So if he's downing his weight here.
Yep, keep it there.
Got off that center line quickly.
Whoa. Yep, yep. Hard. Hard.
Wow.
By the guard, but where does it go? Opportunity here.
Just a little bounce.
He could make contact with both reds and score his 2 here, but I think his safe shot is just to go for his 1.
Just going to throw the same shot he just
I'll let you know
threw.
if we have backing. Well, we were back line, so. Because I need to make sure I get on that if I'm heavy, right?
So big shot here. Last rock for Dave Collier in the first end.
Yeah, you got to go hard.
Looks like he's just throwing like maybe just a little
Real hard.
tap draw here.
Never leave it.
They've worn down this path pretty good though, so
They
it should
have.
be fairly keen here.
Got to have the line, though.
Doesn't want to give up 2 here. Good sweeping.
Very good
Sorry, guys.
sweeping.
Oops.
I hear Dave
Sorry,
saying,
Johnny.
oops.
It's not quite how I called that shot.
Hey. They all count, man. I would've taken
Great
it.
sweeping there. Just got it there for shot stone, so it will be a score of 1 for Team Collier. So lead Kendra Lafleur will be up first here in the second end. Team Bolton will take the hammer.
So Kendra was Blaze lead on this team and out of this very curling club, as we mentioned. And her hometown is New Liskeard, but she now lives in Belleville.
Looks heavy. Forefoot.
Looking to bring this into the rings.
Yep.
Thinks it's just going to be short. Tight guard. It's actually not the worst shot. They can go around with their next one because it can't be removed. So
Yeah, Team Bolton countering with the corner guard. So this is lead Tara Steven. She's originally from Woodville. Now she lives in Kinmount. She says, yes, that's a real place.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Yep, let's go. Yep, let's go hard. Yep.
So they're from the Lindsay Curling Club. Wonder
They
where
are.
that must be nearby there.
Hard.
Slips into the rings, not really what they wanted. It gives the Collier team a chance to hit and roll behind their center guard. We'll go around the sheets here and give you an update on sheet 1. It looks like Team Villard have picked up a deuce against Team Kathy Auld. They lead 2-0. Over on sheet 3, we have Team Tuck
Very hard.
down 1-0
Hard.
to Team
Good.
Hegsted.
Good. That's fine.
And over on sheet 4,
My fault.
who's throwing there? So Team Buke are up 1-0. Nope, sorry, Team Bowser up 1-0 on Team Buke. Sorry.
Back on our sheet, Kendra just rolled out.
Now change plans here for Team Bolton. They're going to go around this center, but this is a spot we've seen so much curl.
It does break here.
He's going to be ticking
Trying
this
to
guard.
tick now.
She was heavy, too heavy anyhow.
Yes.
Unless they were playing the tick.
Worked out not too bad. Pushed that yellow off the center line a little bit and kept their shooter in the rings.
No.
Got a little
Just
inside on
tight.
that throw, yeah.
Pointed it up.
I think here, Ed. You like a corner guard at all?
I see why he's asking about the corners. They're going around an opposition stone that's really, really close to the rings. So we'll make for a short run back if this settles anywhere in front of the tee line. I guess he didn't get the support he was looking for the corner guard.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go line.
So they are just drawing around the yellow.
Yep.
This just really curls
Yep,
here.
never
It's
leave it
almost
behind,
like
hard.
the sheet is tilted.
Hard. Hard, hard, hard.
It's light as
It's a little
well.
bit light too.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'll give you a little more ice, but you're a little tight.
Wow, it's hard to believe that there'd be that much curl out there. Look where he's got the broom. It's giving him a good 6 inches of
Yes.
ice here. Probably should have just left the broom where it was.
Shot.
Just rolled out of the rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in between there.
Yeah, because he said to him you were tight, and then he gave him
Yeah.
more ice. So it's a
Bit of
double
an
correction.
overcorrection, exactly.
I just don't know. It's pretty auto.
So that was Mike Collier, the second for for Team Collier, and he's born and raised in Belleville and
Where?
still lives in Belleville.
Pretty auto. He makes it once though, we'll have it back, right? Okay. Just didn't quite get there.
Terry Jenkins now. Again, considered that corner guard, but I guess they're thinking that if they draw around here and they make that run back, they should have a run back at it again because their redstone will still be there.
Yep.
It's a real easy run back, though.
Yeah.
Touch that top rock
Yeah.
anywhere, and it's
Yep.
Terry, originally from Little Britain, now lives in Lindsay.
gonna get a little rub and roll here.
Oof.
Just a little light, eh? It's okay.
Nose is fine. Nose.
So this is Sherry Lynn, the third on the Collier team. Plays third for husband Dave. And she was born in Campbellford. Lovely little town, not too far from here, actually. And now lives in Belleville.
Oh,
Trying to hold this.
Okay. All right. Whoa.
We're hoping to stay on the nose, but just rolls to a biter there on the side of the 12-foot.
This is quite the family team, this Collier team.
It sure is.
The Sherry and Dave, parents to Mike.
Team Bolton third. Angie Mullaney up now, trying to roll just a little bit. She's originally from Norwood, now lives in Lindsay. Ooh, couldn't quite roll it onto the rings.
So this Collier team, as we've mentioned before, a couple of ways that you can qualify for this event. And they actually played in the regular playdowns and did not advance through the qualifiers. So they participated in the challenge round and ended up coming out the B side of that event.
Mike! Whoa!
It's heavy, so they're trying to tap their yellow. Ooh.
Almost.
Don't know if they quite got either one onto the rings, though.
They have two rocks that are extremely close.
Yes.
Strike. Yep.
I think we got lots of line this time. Line's gonna be good.
Giving this another go, this
Yeah.
come around. They've changed the angles a little bit on the top two guards, so there isn't an automatic run back there anymore. So if they could bury this, it would be a great shot. And they're just
Can't
really
quite
struggling
get
in
the
this.
weight in that
Yeah.
spot.
A little bit of frustration there. You hear some of the deep breathing.
Yes.
Not sure if they're throwing them light or whether it's starting to slow up a bit. Okay.
So Dave's going to take a chance now
That
here. And
second one I threw, the first one I popped it pretty good, right? So that's probably what messed us up. 409? Okay. Without a pop, so four should get there. 395 will get there.
Oh, you hear him confirming the weight. It's, he threw a couple of draws down on the other path on the other side, and they're just confirming the numbers with him.
Got room right now. Line's good.
Referring, of course, to his time from the back line
Kendra!
to the hog line.
Kendra!
So Dave is the skip of this team. He was originally he's originally from Smith Falls, and now lives in Belleville. Very nice draw.
Well done.
It's a piece hanging out.
Good scrub, guys. I didn't have a good slide, but
He doesn't really have anything to run in, so
I might be able to do like a half rock here, like board up, spill both reds in, get this out of the way and open everything up. Like I think that one might kind of kick here, get shooter out here and open up that whole center. I don't think, like, how much do you got? Like best we could probably do is get it to the
sliver is all he's got.
Yeah.
if I roll out, he's thinking a better one, eh? I just don't know if it kicks that one and all the way out far enough, does it?
That's what I'm worried about, too.
yeah, I put it a little tight and popped it out here to get.
The yellow one? He's afraid of just putting.
His
He's
second
gonna,
red one, that
yeah.
he's not really going to move it.
I might be have a catcher there. Like if I throw control, half rock control, Try to spring everything out of the way. Maybe get 2 reds in the ring somewhere.
Well, he's leaving one guard for sure, right?
It's just whether he
Control.
moves his red stone or he nudges that yellow stone into the rings.
Yeah, he could, lose his shooter
Half rock.
and promote a yellow one.
Could
into
go
the rings.
a bit bad.
Yeah.
I think control weight, half rock on the red. I might be able to spring both reds in the rings and at the very least open up that center. And if we can do it with putting 2 reds in the rings, I think it's worth trying. I think control, yeah.
Pretty good explanation.
That
Yes.
should come up to half rock, eh?
He's talking about his risk and reward here.
Oh. Yep, yep, yep.
This spot really moves.
Yes.
Hard! Roll it hard, Terry, roll it hard! Roll it hard!
Watch the red, Cherry. Right out.
Sit down, sit.
Well, only thing he really accomplished was opening it up.
Yes.
It was one of his goals, though.
That was
So
getting heavy, eh?
it just
Yes.
overcurled on him.
Nudged another yellow into
Did it
the
look soft at
rings.
all? Like,
Doesn't really have a draw path on either side now either.
No, if Collier covers
Yeah,
this,
but okay. I gotta be out here. If anything, I show him the other side.
he's going to have a difficult time scoring. You may only have that
This play-
raise.
just didn't think it
Yes.
was going to go like that. I was even plus.
Yeah, he'd have to throw a tap.
Plays pretty good too. So a 95 for tight guard. Perfect shot is bite the 12, but no deeper. So the option's a little short of that. And the option is to show him piece on the out turn, because he hasn't seen that. Here, lass.
So hoping to put a guard on this. Worst case, show him a piece on the outside. But he's going to have him drawing against 2 here.
Tap or,
Got room.
like, I think he's going to show me high side, but I don't know.
Line's
if we
good. Easy.
Take it on.
Kendra.
Geez, I think I tapped before I did
Ken?
that. Don't you think? We can come through this hole if you want. Like this.
Pretty good
Good
spot.
job, guys.
Very nice. Very nicely done.
Good shot.
Big pressure here.
Yeah, I mean.
Just listen
so
in on
this way
John
you're
for a
gonna have to
bit.
Try to get there. That's just missing the red. You're likely going to get there.
Pretty good.
I think this way is probably it. Like there.
Yeah.
I don't think that overcurls for us, does it? So our draw to the button, we undercurled there, right? We came up sort of there, and we were throwing something like that. And he was tight. Oh, okay. You like that? Right on the B should be close.
Big shot here for Team Bolton. He's going to be looking right at that yellow one in his path.
Yes.
T-line. You like that ice?
Difficult shot.
Needs full 4
It should go through there, eh?
to score.
Okay. T-line.
I think most of the curl we've seen in this spot has been from the center line out, not necessarily from.
It's a bit of an awkward
Ah,
pass.
it's picking.
It just picked on him.
Oh, jeez.
But you don't want to tap that other yellow one in. Oh, it's red.
Trying to get second shot.
Unfortunately, that
Don't
did not
quite.
happen.
Yeah, so it's going to be a steal of 2 for Team Collier here in the second end. It's a tough break. But I'll take the score to 3-0 for Team Collier as we head into the third, and Team Bolton going to keep that hammer.
That's an unfortunate miss. That was a difficult path to negotiate,
It was
though.
tricky.
I think he might have been a little safer playing the tap.
I think so too. At least, again, to get one in for a second shot.
And I
That
think he
steal
would've-
of 2 is a big difference.
I think he would have known the line, too, because they threw a lot of in-turn shots and in-turn draws. So, you know, it's really just a few more feet of weight.
Yes, you don't really throw that path to sort of the edge of the forefoot very often.
Well, a quick update on our other games. Looks like Team Villard have really taken control of the game on sheet 1. They're up 5-0 on Team Ald. And over on sheet 3,
Good shot.
Team Tuck have taken a 2-1 lead over Team Hegstad. And on sheet 4, we have Team Buke still up. Sorry, up now 2-1 over Team Bowser. So Team Bolton really needing to score here, Rebecca.
Exactly, looking for that corner guard from Tara. That's pretty well done.
Yeah, as soon as they put the brooms down.
But really important here in the third end just to get on the board, I think.
Push something in front of it or what? Weight was pretty close. Let's do
Try and take control of an end, feel a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of room right now.
A pick on your last rock is a big momentum swing sometimes, and when you come back into the next end, it's really important. I think just for your motivation even to score here in this end. Yes, they really want to score 2, but
Good eye.
still just the third end, so trying to keep focused here.
That's a really good point. Just for their own self-esteem,
I think
they want to
so.
score here and, you know, make a good game of this. It's not out of reach, but it could be if
Absolutely not.
it could be if they don't score in this end.
They've got a nice corner guard there,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
and Tara just drawing around it now.
Whoa, looks like a lot of weight. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's really hanging out there.
No, line's okay. Line's okay. It just looks heavy. Okay,
Looks like they're going to
Okay.
tap this yellow
Just
one back a
tapping.
little bit.
that's fine. Shot.
That's actually not bad.
Punch those both behind the tee line, so that's a good thing.
So Dave's not going to leave any red rocks in play here.
Just had a look at how he's going to negotiate between those 2 yellows at the back.
Looks like he
Try
might
to go
take his
over
own
the
out
other
here.
way.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
just
wow.
skinnied it.
You know, I don't think he would have minded getting rid of that one in
If
the
he-
back forefoot.
Exactly, it's not helping him very much right now. Team Bolton likes those stones
What do you think?
behind the tee line. Gives them stuff to freeze to later on if they need it. Leaves things for Team Collier to jam on, so
Right now he's going to try and make use of his corner guard.
Terry Jenkins up with
I
his
go,
first
Tank.
stone here in the
Yep.
third.
Yep, gotta go. Yep. Okay. Heavy? Whoa then. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, heavy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get ready, Inch. Inch, Inch. Yep. Yep.
Really look that
Yep,
heavy.
Yep, yep. Go, 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 go. Hard, 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 hard. Where's the goal? Where's the goal? Where's the goal? Okay.
We noticed in yesterday's games that's not really a path that there's a whole bunch of break in.
Same way.
Yeah,
He
It's a
gave
bit,
very
uh,
generous ice there.
yes, it was.
Yep.
There's a bit of a line there where it does run straight.
Hard! Whoa!
He used his own rock there to come off of. But now he's just giving him more backing. Better backing.
Yeah, it got closer to that corner guard.
Little
Little unfortunate.
So John realizing that perhaps he overbroomed him a bit there and he's cut back on the ice. Just remembering from the Tuck and Ald game from yesterday that they had a heck of a time burying around this corner until the corner got moved over closer to the 12-foot.
Just rock. And yep.
Ooh,
Grabbing spot.
jeez.
Yeah, they're having some trouble with the line on these rocks. They think it's picking it. Could be hitting, you know, like handprints or footprints. It's right, you know, right along center where everybody slides. So it's not making like a violent pick like it does if it picked up debris. It's more like it hitting a knee
A bit of
print
a
or
softer spot,
yeah.
exactly.
Oh, little trouble there with the landing gear for Sherry.
Trying to get it over the other side now without jamming.
Wow, that curled a lot too.
Yes.
Sherry
Try
just
again.
acknowledging the fact that she had a bit of a wobble going there.
John just cleaning that path as well. He's a little bit worried about it, I think.
But they did tick that guard over a little bit,
Yes.
so their situation isn't as great now for the freeze, but they're still going to try and make use of it.
You got room. You got room. Keep a broom down here. Keep a broom down here. Whoa! Dogs rock. Dogs rock. Whoa! You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
It's looking pretty good. It's probably a little bump.
All right.
Nice shot. Enough separation, though, that Sherry can remove it.
Doesn't look like there's room to roll under the guard, so probably see the yellow one go here too. Which wouldn't upset Dave. Wow. Just picked it
Jeez.
right off of there. I'll give it one more try here.
Another crack at it.
He'll figure it out sooner or
Line's
later.
good. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Got room. Eh. Tara, Tara. Tara, hard. Hard. Okay, Sherry.
So it over curls just a little bit, and he
Just lost the line.
loses his backing, but
We'll get this shot figured out yet.
Dave should have a chance to remove this without touching that yellow one. That yellow one just keeps getting nudged back a little further and further
Little
with every
bit.
shot.
Kendra. Good.
He's probably going to remove this and lose a shooter.
Just picked it.
Let's try it again.
Still trying to get around that corner. Maybe he should be playing the straight freeze right now on the yellow one.
Yeah, it's tough because you can kind of get caught in between. You need to play either the straight freeze or the straight draw, I think. But
Haven't quite figured out that draw path yet. Nothing has finished for them there. It's a good thing that he's drawing with this one because he'll probably have to draw with this last.
Line's good. Got room.
Actually, this one is curling.
Got room.
Very nice weight.
got some nice finish.
Finally, he's
Good
saying.
shot.
Yeah.
It's dead
Very
buried.
nice.
Huh? Yeah.
If I can make that, it's a force, right? Yeah, her last, I think, even.
Next.
Team Collier are just going to draw down to this and try and make it. Well, if they could get shot out of it, they would generate a force.
2 for 2.
Let's do it, no bounce. Still looks pretty good.
Would like to be shot stone, otherwise John's just going to have a draw for 2.
Well, they've seen a number of rocks in this path, and it's got to be getting lightning fast here right now. It's like 6 rocks that have been down this
Yes.
same path in this end.
Just away. Room. No bounce. Room.
Sweeping this.
Brushers are on it, yeah. It's close. Trying to hold the line too.
Going to come up just a bit short.
Very close.
So now an opportunity for Team Bolton. Get back in this game, just like we said.
Man, that's close.
That's certainly safe. Like I think it can be here.
So
Like, he
needing the
just-
4
we
foot
just
with his
both
last
use-
rock, and then now this is a different path.
Yeah, that's pretty close. Yep.
Good point, though, that Dave is making. It doesn't look like the Bolton team can afford to use that yellow one for backing. They have to be a cold draw here to the 4 foot.
Final stone here in the third end. John Bolton looking for his second point.
Felt pretty good. Just look, felt pretty good.
Needs 4 foot. Looks pretty good. The sweepers have backed off. And that's well done.
Very nice shot. Hands onto the back of the button there, so it will be a score of 2 for Team Bolton. Close that gap a little bit. It's now 3-2 for Team Collier. Team Collier will have the hammer as we play the fourth end.
Good end
Good
by Team
shots
Bolton.
there from John, yeah. Good end by the whole team.
2 in a row.
Skips deuce. He finally figured out that path drawn around that
I
corner
think
guard.
so.
And nailed it. Looks like Team Alt have picked up their first point of the game against Team Villard. Score now there on sheet 1 is 5-1. We're all tied up between Hegstead and Tuck over on sheet 3, 2 each. And over in Team Buke against Team Bowser, they
Mine's good,
blanked
just
the
keep it
third.
clean.
And the score remains 2-1 in favor of Team Buke.
Just clean, line's fine. Gonna have to finish it here. As soon as you can, Doug. Yep, you can go. Yep. Grab a piece of that line. Good throw. Not a girl.
Team Bolton down one without the hammer throwing up that center line guard.
So Kendra LaFleur likes to run, bike, camp, and she's into fitness. Those are her hobbies. And her proudest curling moment was coaching the Quinty Curling Club Junior Rock program. And they've been quite successful, and she's very, very proud of that.
Oh, that's great.
She'd like to actually send a shout out to the juniors from this team.
Hi, guys.
And her other shout outs go to the Canadian Forces Morale and
Not too
Welfare
deep, not too
team,
deep, just top
and
it.
her hero Owen McGonigal, and the Humboldt Broncos.
Lead Tara Stephen looking to draw around that center
That's
line
going,
guard.
Yep.
I liked her hobbies. She wrote curling and trying to convince people curling is a sport.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
That's good.
Hard. Still close. Whoa.
It's amazing
Whoa,
people
you're
think
on.
that they just see this sport and they think they can do it.
I know.
Okay. Through it good.
Just wrecked on the guard there.
We're trying to encourage some of our own crew to give curling a try.
They do like it.
Positive release.
Again, the challenges for this Bolton team getting around that guard that's near center. They've struggled with it in the second end, and it's giving them the same headaches in this end.
Yeah, John having a little bit of difficulty, I think, putting the broom down in that spot.
But Dave gave like way more ice.
Very nice shot.
Nice shot.
Very nice.
Right on the top of the button.
Just keep the turns up, eh? Keep the turns up.
So perhaps John, recognizing that his team aren't throwing enough handle in this spot, he's asking them to keep the rotation on the rocks here so that they don't, they just don't dive towards center like they have been for him.
Yep.
Second, Terry Jenkins.
Yep.
Another golfer. Have lots of golfers out here.
Totally.
Kind of goes hand in hand with curling. But he likes coaching other sports as well. He coaches kids hockey, baseball, golf, and curling. So a few coaches out there. That's always great to see.
And Mike Collier, hobbies include curling and baseball, which is a change up from the golf.
Yeah.
So many curlers are golfers. And his
We have to find something to do in the summer, right?
for sure. His proudest moment is being able to play with his father. I love that.
Line's tight.
We talked a bit yesterday about some of the great family relationships we have here this week, and it's so special. Curling's a great sport in that you get the chance to do that and really builds your relationship with your family when you get the chance to play on a team with them.
Oh, it's awesome. That just slides a bit deep on them.
Yeah, that port is still there for Terry to come through.
It's almost 1 full rock higher. It's pretty thin. Or we can just play a board waiter like that.
It's probably a better call because if he hits it too thin, he's going to roll out the front.
It's like that thin.
It'll actually roll
To
forward.
not go flying out the house. Or we just play that. You like that? Board? Yeah, keep it up.
So it looks like they're going to throw a full takeout weight at this.
Whoa. Up. Whoa. No. 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 Tara. Tara. Hard. Hard.
Oh my goodness, they just missed that front guard. Was super close to wrecking on that front guard.
Got shot stone out of it, but it is still wide open.
And Mike would like to say hello to his wife Jamie and children Caden, Tyson, and Briar.
Hi, everybody.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
How about that shot?
Very nice shot.
Boy, the Collier team have come to play today.
They're playing really well. Putting a lot of pressure on Team Bolton.
Look at that staggered situation. There's no way he can get to this rock.
Think it goes?
Bolton team does not have last rock advantage here. They need to get something in here.
Which one? The Reds?
It has to be reluctant to try this draw because they haven't made it yet.
It's pretty far out there with the broom, so ice should be close, I think. She just needs to be touching the button to be shot stone, though.
Well, we know the curl is there. It's just all about throwing the right weight here.
Whoa. Close. Yep. 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 Hard.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Hard. Wall. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
That's a pretty nice shot, actually.
Nice shot.
Back button, undercover,
Got shot stone.
and shot. Yeah.
Yes.
Just here.
Only plus for Team Collier is it is just behind the tee line, so this same path is available.
So Sherry Lynn's hobbies, and she's into fitness, and her other hobby. This is interesting. Catching up with our family time in the off curling season.
Swing.
I love it that they call that a
Yes.
hobby.
Swing. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
It's going to be close.
Yep. Whoa.
She's by. She's going to be right down to it.
Whoa. 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 As long as we got enough weight. Great shot.
That is a
Enough
fantastic
to
shot.
sit
Same
two.
throw.
Really well done.
Same throw.
Third, Angie Mullaney with her second stone. She likes golf and baseball as well. Wanted to send a shout out to her mom, Sue, her dad, Larry, her neighbors, also her coworkers at Plan Plus Inc.,
Where is
and
it?
all
Lester
the
Moore.
Lindsay
Whoa,
Curling
where is
Club
it?
members tuning
Yep.
in. So,
Yep. Yep.
hi from Angie.
Where? Whoa. 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 Where is it? Whoa. Whoa.
This rock must have a bit more weight because it's
Whoa.
certainly not fall. Oh
Needs to
my!
get
Just
by
skinny
that
spike.
outside one
Yep.
just.
Yep.
Another
Great
really
shot.
great shot. These ladies are
Wow.
playing fantastic. Sherry Lynn's shout outs go to her daughter Kayla in BC
Really good.
and Avery at
Good work.
Bayside Finishing. She's finishing her grade 12. She'd like to also say hello to her coworkers at County of Hastings. They're all supporting Jersey Day.
Oh, good for them.
It's almost how you have to shoot the hole.
And 5 grandchildren.
You throw top 8
3 of them belonging to Mike,
Yeah, sideways.
Briar, Tyson, and Caden. And then there's Cohen and Sawyer. Some really neat names there.
Just come in, try.
Sounds like they're all boys. Not that there's anything wrong with boys. My own grandson's a boy.
In a bit of trouble here now. That was a great shot by Angie. Dave having to peel these guards.
Oh. You know, the team Bolton played
Where
they
are we?
played a
Get
huge
center line and
gamble.
go on the other
They
side.
did.
Get one in there, and it's worked
Yeah,
out beautifully
just
for
into
them.
the 8. No. I don't think it curls that much. It's less than the other side.
Good. That plays.
Okay.
Well, it unlocks that staggered
just
situation and gives Dave 2 rocks to run in.
It's
If
a
he needs
tough
if
hole
he
to
needs
hit,
it.
eh? Like we got to be on pretty much on that red if going by it. Try to get there. Like he's gonna have 2 options here. We got to get
It
it
was a
there.
fake out.
Tighter the better, I think. Okay. Okay. Here's the tricky
Yeah,
part.
that one's going to be tough to get out of here.
Like we were throwing there with back 4. It's going to be just missing this one on the way by. I'm thinking, yeah, like top 12, full 12-ish.
He's not
It's
only
just a
trying to
tricky
guard
swoop to
his
navigate
shot
here,
stone,
that's
but
all.
try and protect against those run
Speed's
backs as
same, eh?
well. He
He
could just throw a straight guard, but then it leaves that yellow stone
For sure. and
available to promote.
If he could change the angle at all and take away the run back on the one that's closest to center, which looks like it would be the easiest one to run
I
back.
think so. Yeah, I got to go hard.
Now it's okay
Over
if
and
he's
off.
it's okay if he's cornered on that.
That works too.
That's okay.
Just didn't quite.
It's pretty much where he wanted
didn't
to
quite
be,
get
but
it.
he
I
just
got the
wanted to be a
turn.
little deeper.
Yes. Kind of accomplished the same thing.
I was wondering about the far one at first. But if I open that up, what's he going to do?
There's one lonely red in there, isn't it?
Let's have a listen here and see what Dave's going to do.
Yeah, he can't get in behind here. Yeah. Ideally, if I ever crotch this, potentially I could even hit this one first and do that.
Center
So
line run back for him a bit. Still there, but it takes it away from his eye.
it's like half an inch high. Better to miss it low than high. In other words, over bend, but
Okay, so he has a plan.
better to miss this over bending than hitting it too high. Because I clipped their red then, right? And ours might still come in. But it's like half an inch, almost nose.
If he makes this, he can be sitting 3.
Big shot here from
Buried.
Dave Collier.
Yeah.
Close, yep. Whoa. Mike! Mike!
Close. Ooh.
Well, he made contact with it, but red still sits 1 here.
Yeah, the guard situation up front didn't end up so well either. He lost any yellow stones up there that he could have promoted. It's a red stone now on the center line.
Just a little bit of panic there, I think, on the sweeping.
Yeah.
It hadn't made its move yet, and they actually prevented it from curling by jumping it so early.
He could throw back line there and get to here.
At least I moved this back red one. That's the one that was killing us.
So I 2 shots. I either like just kind of going like that, or hitting this big swoop and putting it right there. Even chap off going the other way, like it'll over curl the other way too. You want timeout or no?
This way? Let's have a listen here.
This way, and doing this. Yeah, even if we just draw it there, right? Okay. Through that hole, yep. T-line weak. T-line back 4.
It just looks so difficult. Don't you think that the out turn over here would be easier?
I think he's drawn to this side because they've seen it so much, but I don't think that port is exactly the same as what they were throwing to. It's pretty tight.
Oh, I think this is a very difficult shot.
If he ever just nudged that center line guard, or the outside guard for that matter, it's going to leave Dave a shot. John Bolton, his final stone here in the 4th end. Just playing a straight draw.
Actually, it's looking pretty good.
Get it there.
That's actually a really good shot.
That's good. That's a good spot. He didn't get second shot, but
He's
may have blocked that path for Dave.
I think this is here. Straight draw. If I'm back 4.
Wow,
I
this
just gotta
is
move
even
back to
harder.
For 2.
Yes, you almost, I think.
We're going to
you
listen
have-
in here.
Yeah.
I'm going to be back 8 weight, so.
Not quite sure, is he?
It's really tough. You do have to throw that little bit
speed
extra
here.
weight. The straight draw isn't really there, or else
90.
you'll wreck on
And
the
it
one that
fudged
John
up a
just
little
threw.
bit.
So
Like it's just starting
trying to
fudge,
throw
so it's not a difference
back
in,
8.
but ideally I need back 8 weight. I need to move them about 4 inches to yeah, probably an 80.
Still going to listen to hear what he's saying to his team here.
It just jams. We're second now. The only thing I can't do is hit that front one he just threw.
Okay,
I
so
gotta
it's
chip it
this
in
is a
if I-
difficult
if
shot
I-
he's calling here, Rebecca.
It
My
is.
goodness.
It's
He wants to catch a piece of that red one that's dead buried on the back of the forefoot.
It's tough.
It's all line. Yep. Hard line. Hard line. Hard line. Move.
He's by the top.
Wow.
He's by the one in the forefoot. My goodness. That's
Great
unbelievable shot.
That was amazing.
It's
They
for
were
one.
on that outside red until the last second. Great sweeping there from Mike. What a throw.
There were like 6 rocks in the forefoot there.
That was incredible. What a great end. Good job from Team Bolton to force that shot. They played a good end. So it will be a score of 1 for Team score of 1 for Team Collier. He's a little disappointed with the single point there, but that'll take him to a 4-2 lead as they head into the break.
So the teams are going to take a 5-minute break here, and so will we. So we'll be back with you shortly. Welcome back to the Quinte Curling Club and our feature game between the local team, Team Collier, who have a 4-2 lead over Team Bolton from Lindsay. Great game so far. Rebecca, what are your thoughts?
What an exciting fourth end. We saw both teams did a really good job of getting the broom in the right place for that port, and we saw some exciting shots. I think that's been really the key so far this game is the skips trying to figure out where exactly to put the broom, and I heard them talking about it quite a bit over the break, and I think they're both feeling much more comfortable now, and I think we're going to see a lot more great shots made here in the second half.
There were like extremely well-made shots of that, the thirds and then the both skips. They just nailed everything they played in that fourth end. And even Dave coming up with a single was a miracle shot. He was disappointed he didn't get two when he made a pistol for one.
Oh, amazing shot.
Yeah. So in our other games underway here, Team Ald continues to trail against Team Villard. They are down by a score now of 6-1. Over on sheet 3, the game between Team Tuck and Team Hegstead. Team Tuck have a 4-2 lead.
Mine's good.
And over on sheet 4, a game between Team Buke and Team Bowser. It looks like Team Buke have taken a 3-2 lead there. They've already played their fifth then, so they're really motoring over there.
They're playing pretty quick. They're in the sixth over there.
Yep. Okay.
So except for that one lopsided game on sheet 1, it's pretty tight quarters here this morning or this afternoon here at Quinte.
Some exciting games going on. Lead Tara Stephen. She's a Northern Ontario junior champion, Tracy Horgan, back in 2007. She also won a OCAA Ontario Provincial Championships with Fleming College back in 2008. Winning that Northern Ontario Junior Provincials was one of her proudest moments in her career so far. She also says, any night we don't get kicked out of the curling club before closes, it's a good time as well.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
Didn't matter what time you played, you always left at the same time.
Mixed is such a fun atmosphere. All the teams really love hanging out with each other before and after the games, and these people, as we said yesterday, play against each other a lot of times in the men's and women's circuit, but it's nice when you get to all mingle together like this.
It is.
Makes for some fun nights.
It's a great event. Curling is such a great social sport. So it's time here for Team Bolton to do a little cleanup and along that center line. It's getting pretty crowded. They have the last rock advantage here. They want to keep their scoring opportunities open. They do have a nice rock buried behind a corner guard.
They do. Terry trying to remove 2 yellow stones if he can. Just overswept it a little bit.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Dave's not going after that corner guard. Oh, it's not in the rings. That red rock is not in the rings. It's just ever so close, but it's not in.
Asking Mike for a center line guard.
Mine's good. Got room right now. Cherry. Hard Cherry. Hard Cherry.
This Collier team actually lost the provincial final of this mixed in 2015.
Oh, wow.
So they've been playing together for 4
Had
years.
to go to get the line.
Nose it. Try to make that double on the nose. Stay right there. Same way.
Terry Jenkins, his second stone again, trying to move a few yellow stones. One of his proudest moments playing in the 2014 men's tankard. Also been to 3 senior provincials, 2 intermediate provincials, and 2 Colts provincials, so lots of provincial experience for Terry. Not quite what he was hoping for on that shot.
He's actually helping the Collier
Yes.
team now. Sherry Lynn is the 2012 Dominion Canadian Championship. So that when that event, which is now called the Travelers, first started, it was called the Dominion. And it was an event intended for club championship type teams. So teams that curl together on a regular basis in a club league. And they won that. Kendra and Sherry Lynn were on that team.
Excellent.
Whoa, whoa.
It's a great event.
Whoa. Okay.
Team Collier just really trying to block up that center line.
Normal.
They would call was for them to go around that rock in the top 12 there. Right? It's left the Bolton team an opportunity to do a little bit of house cleaning here.
Whoa. Whoa.
Angie, normally a skip on the women's circuit. Oh,
Again, eh?
close. Still left a lot up front. She, 2017 with her team won the Best Western Provincial Championships. One of her proudest moments, winning her first banner, so good for her.
You never forget your first banner.
No.
Interesting fact that Sherry Lynn wanted to point out is that her grandma Ruth is 100 years old
Easy, Mike.
and gets to the rink to cheer on when
Easy,
she
Mike.
can.
Kendra,
Oh,
drop.
great.
Kendra. Hard, Kendra. Far as it goes. Hard. Hard. Go, go, go. Okay.
Both teams, both skips expressing a
Little
bit of
frustrated.
frustration.
Get it over there.
I like it with like this kind of weight though. Like just there.
Wanted to cover a piece of theirs.
So many guards in play now. John kind of switching gears, trying to remove that yellow stone now.
Close,
Third
really
final
close.
stone, so getting down to the
How's it?
wire a little bit.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Playing a tap shot here, eh?
Yep. Really
Yes,
hard.
just board weight.
Really hard. Hard right to it.
Just over curled on them again.
Wow,
Their weight was perfect.
really well thrown.
Guard theirs, I think. He's got either one, so. Yeah.
Great throw.
Right here is pretty good. As long as we guard the hide side of this. That's good.
That was so close to being a great shot.
Dave wanted to thank their local sponsors who supported their team to provide their new jackets this week.
Just guard theirs. The other shots try to get one in.
They look
but
great.
What's that? No, I don't think so. Well, they're going to bump theirs, right? So I want to guard more of their outside one and just cover an inch of the one on the center line. The other option is to go right around their one in the front. They're bumping it. Just a guard. Hair mark.
Dave likes to think things through in the hack sometimes, I think.
I don't really want to blast.
Talks through all his options.
Should be good here.
Settled on this guard.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I can do anything with that.
Kendra! Bump it a bit!
Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Hard!
Going sideways.
It's curling way more than he thought.
Yeah, he wanted to guard more of that outside one.
Wow, that ever curl.
So Team Bolton will have to make a move here. Team Bolton are calling a timeout.
First time out of the game.
So let's have a listen in and see what they're chatting about.
Yeah, really con. Yeah. I was thinking, could I get second shot somewhere? But the other option is come around that. But
Yeah, we're pretty locked to one if we do that. Even if we make a good one here and sit one, he's going to give it to us. He'll just cap it off. I was trying to figure out how that works too. Like, if we could chip this in and tick this one over, it might give us an in-off option over here. Yeah. What's it do to that? I don't have enough of this space. Yeah, but I'm probably going to tick the 3 in.
If you roll it, might have a couple options.
Like, what are you trying to think? Like, hit the 7 first?
Well, I think we have to. We want to stick around if we
Like,
can.
about with that much of it, and roll it to there,
I think we got to stick around so we can.
and try to tick the 6 in there behind it too.
I think we got to keep it around.
That way, he's got to guard this hole, and we might have one of those reds at it. Okay, thanks. Okay. Board weight? I just don't know how far that goes in the rings, that's all. Half. Right there. Right? Push that over here. And hopefully that goes through there.
So interesting discussion there.
Yeah.
You don't really have a whole bunch of options.
I think it's going to be heavy board, don't it?
Team Bolton is getting a little bit down on time.
They're down to 8 minutes and 45 seconds here. That timeout went well in excess of
It
their
did.
minute.
Trying to move things around a bit.
It didn't move our second one at all, eh?
well, I
Didn't move
don't
our
know if we
second
can
one at all.
get by that.
Yeah, he was hoping his red one would move a little bit.
I can leave them the whole rock. I just need to guard the high side of it, right? Even what I did was fine. That plays. He's playing that though.
Dave's right here. They're going to play that angle raise.
Can I ever do that? Like this plays all day. Then he can't play anything. But I just don't know if I can get around that. If I ever did this, I don't know how to get another shot in there, so.
So they've settled on the guard here. I liked his thought process there about whether or not they could draw into that yellow one in the, put
Make
another
sure
one in
I'm
the
out
rings.
Worth a look,
This is
absolutely.
more ice again, so it should be good. Got to cover a piece of that. Actually, that one he's covered, I don't know if he's got enough of it now. So we need to cover an inch of that. Got to stay up there.
So throwing the guard here on the red rock that's a couple of feet in front of the house to prevent Team Bolton from running it in for 2.
Line's good. Whoa, don't.
Okay, mission accomplished.
Yep. Well done.
It's good.
Bolton's chances of scoring here are slim.
Very slim. This is a long run back that he's looking at. Tough angle.
To the rock if you
This is a really big shot,
Big
and
shot from John.
he's playing quickly now. I think he realizes he has time issues.
Same as I just threw. Should hold there pretty good. Pair more, yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, yep, yep, yep. Yep. Oh! Oh!
It's close.
Over curled a little bit. Just over curled a
Wow.
little bit on him.
Really
Nice
close.
attempt.
Great throw. But it will be a steal of 1 for Team Collier here in the 5th end, so that'll take them up 5-2 against Team Bolton.
So
Team
looking at our
Bolton,
looking at our other games, Rebecca, Team Alt have picked up
Good
2
throw, man.
in the
didn't
5th
think
end,
that
and
would curl.
they now trail
That curled
Team
a bit.
Villard by a score 6-3. Over on sheet 3, looks like Team Hagstad picking up a big 3 spot in the 5th end, and they now lead Team Tuck by a score of 5-4. And over on sheet 4, score remains
Sure
3-2
you're in.
in favor of Team Buke.
Looks like it's sliding. Make it good. Yep, yep, yep. Right to the button. Great weight.
Good shot there from Kendra on the top 4 foot. Again, John going to have to try and generate some offense here, throwing the corner guard. Tara Steven is up. She had some shout outs as well. She wanted to give to her mom, Wanda, and her dad, Scott, and her brother, Connor, as well as all the staff at the County of Peterborough streaming, even if it's against IT's instructions.
Love it.
So hi guys, if you're watching.
Yep. Yep.
Did slip into the rings.
Hard.
Pretty unfortunate miss there for Team Bolton. Gives Kendra this hit, but over curling on that.
My
Picks out
goodness.
her own stone. Not sure what happened
Ouch.
there.
Ouch. Interesting fact about Kendra, she competes in a half Ironman,
Oh,
and she manages a fitness sports program at CFB Trenton.
awesome.
She and her husband and their 12-year-old daughter, all curlers.
Oh, that's great.
Line's pretty good. Line's pretty good.
Tara up again trying to throw this corner guard. Interesting fact about Tara, it's more so about her brother. It's actually the drummer for James Barker Band, who just won a Juno this year.
Wow.
Country Album of the Year. Great band.
Yeah.
Mike up with his first stone.
Whoa.
Looking to peel it off.
Little start. We're a little slow getting to the shoot.
So we'll replace this guard, and this end plays out.
Hold it there. Hold it there.
They'll have their draw for 2 at the end.
Probably over and off. Yeah. Right up. Well, let's stop.
Just over the hog line.
Just over curled a bit
A
on
little
him.
bit.
Control.
Let's expose the rock in the house. Dave, just letting Mike know either or is good here. Get the guard, get the one in the house. Either one is good.
Close. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good.
Get
Very
the one
nice
in
shot.
the house. Terry just throwing board weight at that. Had some shout outs as well to his family and friends, their team sponsors, as well as the curlers at the Lindsay Curling Club. These guys are big players there, lots of them saying hi to everyone back at their home club. Trying to get this by. Good shot. She
Nicely
rolled it
done.
under a little bit.
Exactly. Perfect. Team Collier will need a roll here to get their rock on the rings. It's pretty buried.
It is.
Just control. Kendra.
Some real nice movement in this spot. Just misses it.
Didn't want to do that.
Perhaps a bit firm.
Right there.
Good chance here for Team Bolton to get another one under cover in
Yeah,
a better
there's
spot.
So much movement trying to bury this one.
Wonder if that they never play the outturn on this side.
Keep a broom down.
You could.
It's gonna really
It's
go.
going.
Yep. 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 Broom. Terry. 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 Yep. Yep.
She's come up with some beautiful touch draws
Very nice.
in the last few ends. It's got the Christmas tree thing going here.
Yes.
Same way.
Good shot.
Little piece of each of them.
Good shot of it there.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Good. That's fine.
It's got the top one.
Nice adjustment there. They tightened up the ice and
Nice throw.
made a really nice shot.
Good shot.
So same kind of a draw she made on her first. A little bit less weight.
I
And
think so.
she wants to be covering this one on the edge of the forefoot.
Line's good. Just keep it going. Line's good. Just here. No, line's great. Got a curl if anything.
It's not really curling like her first one
Yeah,
did.
sweepers thought it had to go.
About half a rock.
May have hung out there just a little bit too much.
This moves up at the end.
Really nice weight.
I think there's an opportunity for him to get both of them here, though, Rebecca.
Yeah, I did really like the first
I'll
one.
tell you, Kathy Auld is not going down quietly here on sheet one. She has just stolen two. And it's right back in that game. Score is now 6-5.
Yep.
Villard still leading, but she's closing in. And over on sheet four, our game's all tied up between that Team Bowser and Team
Real close one over there.
Team Buke. That may have overcurled a little bit.
Just jammed it. Left it buried still.
Is this any good?
Little hit and roll here. I wouldn't leave that rock there if I was Bolton.
Don't think so.
Right? If I do this, I give him that out again. I think you go right there.
What do you think, Rebecca? Would you leave that yellow rock sitting there?
I'd be playing the hit and roll, I think.
I would too.
You got to have more confidence in yourself that you can make that roll. He's worried about leaving his shooter there, but
No, he's playing for three, but two would be still okay here. It's only the sixth end. Well, it's only the sixth end, and he's down to under 7 minutes now.
Just a little tighter, eh?
He's under 6 minutes. It'd be hard to play two ends in 6 minutes. 5 minutes and change here.
yeah. It's going to have to be pretty quick.
They've used one timeout, so they have one left. But
Switch if you can. Switch if you can. Yep, Terry. Glue it on, yep.
very nice job.
Just got second shot, but didn't quite get it buried.
I don't know if the double's there anymore though.
Go to quarter stone. Almost, you almost could get away just touching that first. Same shot, eh?
Tough double. You know, even if he would have hit that yellow one and sat right there, he still would have had a shot for two.
Yeah.
Thinner. You almost can touch the yellow one first, but about, yeah, hold them to two here would be big.
And he's calling for the double, but I don't think he's
As long
overly
as
convinced.
as long as he gets rid of one, that's not bad. Final stone here from Dave Collier in the sixth end.
Oh! Yes!
Trying to come off his yellow now.
I didn't think it was there. So a hit and stick for two.
Board waiter. Center line out should be pretty predictable here, I think, eh?
That
Got
was a
rid
very
of
difficult
one.
shot.
It was.
Almost.
So Dave's shout-outs go to his 4 kids, one of
Like this way at it, I think
including the
other
one
way it's
playing
gonna
in
be
this
hard.
game.
Yes.
This should just have a nice
And their better halves.
That's
He
nice.
also has 2 stepdaughters,
We touched it.
5 grandkids to date, he puts.
Yeah. John wanted to say hi to his wife, Michelle, and their 5 kids, Wyatt, Spencer, Riley, Jarrett, and Maya. So hi, guys, if you're watching. Final shot
Clean
here
it.
from Dad.
Terry, clean it!
Very nice.
Never a doubt. 2 points there for Team Bolton. Close that gap a little bit. The score now 5-4. Team Collier will have that 1 point advantage as well as the Hammer as we head in the 7th end. 2 ends left to go here.
Good game. Nice comeback by Team Bolton. They needed to get their 2 in the 3rd end, and they did, and they needed to get a 2 there, and they did, so
they're fighting hard.
They're making a game of it.
Tara Stevens starting us off.
It's going hard again. Just clean it, though. Just clean it. No, keep it clean.
We can see why it's so difficult for them to bury with the other turn in this spot, because look at how hard it curls with the out turn.
Yes.
It's no wonder the interns run so straight.
It is just a bit slanted that one way, I think.
I'm just terrified when they start lifting their brooms up. It's just like, somebody keep a broom down.
Kendra looking for the come around.
Might be in better ice here. Easy. Looks like lots. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, they jumped Mike might have panicked a little bit on the sweeping there.
Yeah.
It ends up in the back 12.
Gives Tara a chance, trying to put this one in the top 4.
Line's good. Line's good.
He's playing the tight guard, actually.
Yeah, going for the double
really
center
trying
here.
To steal. Pretty good spot.
Well done.
Right in line with her other one.
Got room.
So one more update here. The game between Team Tuck and Team Hegstead is now tied at 5 each after 6 ends of play. Real tight games going on out here, all 4 of them now.
That one slips into the back as well.
Well, it actually tapped off of the other one, didn't it?
Yeah. Not sure if it's maybe a bit quicker in that path where it's a bit straighter. Terry now looking to sink this one in behind.
Hard line, hard, hard. Hard, never stop. Hard. Hard.
You hear the big sigh of frustration there.
Hard. Yep,
look at that. A little
rub off that top one.
Wow. You don't see that very often.
No. Curled back in a little bit.
Comes off at the tick and ends up in the back 4. So he would have been heavy too.
He would have.
Day's going to try and get rid of both of these red guards.
Yep. Whoa.
Great shot.
Good job getting rid of the reds. He does leave the yellow one out there. Still an opportunity for Team Bolton to put up another guard here and now partially cover up their shot stone.
Just in a bit of that Christmas tree pattern.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Where's it go? Yep. 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 Yep.
Would have liked it a bit closer to the rings, but
Yeah, that spot a bit closer to the rings would have been a perfect shot, right?
it just makes this double a little easier.
4 minutes and 26 seconds left for Team Bolton here.
Spills both those off the center line, not quite out of play, but still out of the way.
Look at them both sitting over there, the two yellows lined up perfectly.
Yep.
Line's good. Halfway. It's got a curl. Yep, you gotta go. Hard, dog. Hard, hard, hard. Right to stop. Right to stop. Good.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Changes the turn, changes the play. Haven't seen much from come down the center in this game.
Not as much.
Kendra!
If anything, I think this is going to curl.
Yeah. Gotta go. Just rubbed it.
Just ticked the guard.
Sorry.
Yeah, they left that guard there as well, which isn't what they wanted to do.
Dave apologizing for
Yeah.
called them off, and it just feathered the guard. So in our game on sheet 4 between
Line's pretty good. You
Buke
got room.
and Bowser,
Line's pretty good.
Team
Okay,
Buke
go
have
then.
taken 2 in the 7th and now have a 2-point lead.
It looks like okay. Easy. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. No. Real good.
Nice
shot.
shot.
It's perfectly placed.
Control.
Yeah, it's two totally different paths between yours and Terry's. Now when you're out, Terry's was ducking them
Sherry's second stone.
in between there.
Close. Right.
Should be just
Okay,
marking the top
that's
one,
good.
maybe.
So she's going to hit and roll out. She
that one
safely removes that rock that was in the top 8 foot.
You're right about edge. Try to put that one back, eh?
So it looks like Team Ald have scored again on sheet 1. The game is now tied after 7 ends of play at 6. So it's a huge comeback for
Yes.
Team Ald. They are also in the winless column, so they would love to get a W on theirs,
They sure would.
in theirs to show them and move them up in the standings a bit. Pretty much in this event, in the 7-game round robin, you cannot afford to lose more than 2 games. You know, you're
Everyone's so close.
very much at risk of missing the playoffs if you lose more than 2 games. So. There's a miss
Over-curled
there.
a little bit.
Yeah.
point of that rock was more so to block this draw for Dave than anything, and did leave it open.
If he freeze, he throws a 70. That sounds like that sounds like a lot of weight.
It is. Might be starting to slow down a little bit.
Well, that would be a huge change in the speed of the ice if he's throwing a 70. So that means from the back line to the near hog line, he would be throwing a 3.7 split. This needs to curl. It's going to make contact, but he's going to roll off. Oh my.
Too much weight. Close for whose shot, Stone?
Looks like yellower shot, but it's wide open.
Yeah, you have to be careful on those freezes. Dave kind of said a little tap is okay, and sometimes when you put that in your mind, you throw it too heavy.
For sure. I was surprised that he was, not just drawing down there.
Yes.
He could have even left it in the top four.
Final stone here in the 7th end from John Bolton.
Looks like he may. Well, that's very nicely
Right
done.
on the nose.
So Team Collier will be looking at 3 with his last stone of this 7th end.
Pretty confident in his draw weight, just going to come to it. Last rock here of the 7th end. Big shot from Dave Collier looking for his single point.
That's pretty important that he said what he said to his sweepers was, I'll let you know when we have backing, just in
Yes.
case it's heavy. He has backing now.
They're going to lose it, though. Needs to stop.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Could have
Just
swept
a bit
that
of
for
a miscommunication
Yeah.
on that stone there.
If they sweep that for a little bit more of a piece of that red, they're going to score.
So it will be a steal of 1 for Team Bolton. Tie things up here coming home, 5 points each. Team Collier is going to have the hammer.
So just looking out there now, we have 3 tie games.
That's great. Everyone's really playing well today.
Nice comeback by Team Bolton there. In for a really good finish here, Rebecca.
We sure are. Very exciting. Good center line guard there from Tara.
Bolton taking a look at his clock. He's 2 minutes and 48 seconds. His players will have to be ready in the hack.
Yeah. Especially typically those center line guards, you try to get your first one either close to the hog line or close to the house. And your second one would be the opposite, trying to keep them separated. That one's kind of halfway, so we'll see where Tara's second rock goes. Again, the thinking behind that being that you want to make the double peel as difficult as possible.
Yeah, looks like they're going to come right in because of the location of that
it's
first
tough
guard.
to place a second guard where the double peel wouldn't be very easy.
And if they make this freeze and the Collier team peel it, they can put another guard on it. So
Line's good. Line's good. Got room. Line's good. Got room. Whoa. What do you got? Where? Close. Yep. 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 Yep.
pretty good shot.
It's not bad.
You could do that, or you could come around both of them.
You could. That yellow's just in the full 8 foot.
Or you could put one in the wings for later. Mike's got an amazing sweeping technique. He's got his whole body on that.
Very effective.
His whole body weight on that broom when he's
That was
when he's sweeping
interesting
hard.
call.
I think he's calling for him to go around this. But he's on the front, so. Team Bolton just trying to set up some angles here.
Mm-hmm. Tapped that in for second shot. Interesting situation here for Team Collier.
Yeah, because those red ones are promotable.
Very dangerous. Just the peel from Mike. Ooh.
Oh, that did not work out.
Nosed it. Lost his shot stone.
And left the guard.
Yeah.
Team Bolton are
Really
going to.
looking tough for Team Collier here.
He just needs a path to draw to with
Exactly.
his last, and he's in tough to get it. They're a couple of shots away here from clearing this out, too. It's not going to be easy.
They are. It's going
Mind
to
you,
take a few stones to get these ones moving.
if there's any good news, is that, I mean, the best rock right now is only in the 8 foot.
He does still have a draw to the 4 foot, absolutely, on the other side. Just missed that double.
Just keeping an eye on the Bolton clock here. They're down under 2 minutes right now.
Still got 3 more stones after this.
Bolton just continuing to replace these guards.
Yeah. Really just trying to block this up as much as they can. Eventually, they're going to have to draw around all that.
Looks like Dave's given some thought to that, doing that very thing right now. It's Sherry's
Still
first.
thirds first stone, yeah. Might be a little bit early in my opinion.
So big steal of 2 on sheet 3 in for Team Tuck to take a 2-point lead coming home with that in that game that was previously tied.
Yeah, Team Hagestad had a good 5th and 6th end. They were down a few, took 3 and 5 and then forced. Tough break to give up steal after that. Close game over there.
Yeah, we just witnessed a beautiful shot on sheet 1 here. Damien Villard just cleared the ring.
Can't get rid of her.
High, hard one.
We're shot right now.
Let's have a listen in here.
Okay,
Who's
we're
gonna
going to
have
listen
first
in
to
here
bump?
to the Collier.
Or here. So you can't take both away. I don't like hitting this and moving this and making him shot. Well, you're almost better to hit and roll away. But he's going here. That's why I'm saying we'll go here now. I think you make this. That makes that shot tough. Yeah.
Hey. So it looks like they're going in a bit early. What do you think, Rebecca?
I see what he's saying. They kind of looked at hitting that red one out on the outside. I mean, it is a promotable rock for Team Bolton, but that wouldn't be my primary concern. I see what he's saying. He kind of wants to beat Team Bolton in there, but it's a tough call. If you ever miss this shot, Team Bolton's going to sink one in there, and then you're really in trouble. I might have tried one more shot of clearing off the front, maybe even send your own yellow in and try and move some of those reds.
Looks like it's in better ice. We're in good ice right now. Just front floor. Make sure.
Line is good.
Stay with it.
Don't want to be behind the tee line.
That's pretty good.
You know, that was a must to make, and
Yes,
she made
good
it.
shot.
So we have our final score now on sheet 1, and Kathy Auld managed to steal her victory there. She
Really
stole an
impressive.
end 6, 7, and 8, and has her first victory of the event. And the attempt by Team Bolton to follow down and sit corner frozen on that yellow rock out was just a bit heavy.
Yeah, Angie's been throwing those soft shots pretty well this game. That's a tough miss.
So now the shot will be to block that.
Yes.
Block Team Bolton here from following
Yeah,
them
they've
down.
got shot stone now, and now they're going to try and protect it.
Line's tighter. Clean.
There's still some run backs here for red, though. Red, red, yellow, yellow.
Yes.
Close hip. fine.
Two rocks to come. Minute 30 left for Team Bolton. His clocks just keep on ticking here.
Yeah. Trying the tap.
Yes. He'll have to use his timeout to
He will.
get ready for his next shot.
Real hard on his.
Just over curled a little bit.
Yeah, he hit too much of it, eh? He wanted to
Yeah.
hit a quarter rock.
Yeah.
It's still there, though.
Yeah, his shooter still stayed in a promotable position. That's why Dave's looking at hitting it.
Just I'm worried about too thin and this squirting back. Guess he can maybe come in and do this.
Well, Team Collier are under a minute.
Yeah, their time got reeled down as well. He still has 2 rocks to throw.
No, last. No. Set. I'll think about it.
Whoa, you better not take too long to think about it.
I almost got to cover the outside of this one. I don't know if I can take both away. I think I got to hit this. Nose hit, please.
Red dog.
Actually, nose hits the shot. Just a hair more.
Oh my goodness, he's down
Red
to
dog.
20 seconds.
Red dog.
They have not been watching their clock.
They haven't.
Please.
He's down to 10 seconds now.
Oh, I got 10 seconds.
He just said, I only got 10 seconds. 4 seconds left on his clock.
Whoa! Fucking guys didn't tell me I had no time left. Sorry.
Team Bolton on their timeout.
We'll listen in, see what they say.
Probably get to there. No, it's not crazy. It's there, isn't it? Do you think, unless you think we can get, I got to get to at least half a rock by here. Probably not there, eh? Whew. I can't see any of it. Like zero. I think we got to smash the reds.
Okay, so now time is
Like
in.
I have to get to almost 5/8 of a rock, and I don't think it does it. So it's just got to hit just across the top, eh? Here, more.
Ten seconds left. And he's got it.
Got her in
He
just
got
a
it in.
nick of time. See if he can get shot stone out of this. Wow, they truck that out.
And with 4 seconds
Wow.
left on the clock,
Dave won't have to throw.
he doesn't have to throw. Oh, my goodness.
Well, what a game here, Barb. Was that ever close? Will be Team Collier taking the win 6-5 over Team Bolton. An exciting finish there
I'll
for
say.
draw 3.
That concludes our coverage of this afternoon's game. Please join us again at 8 p.m. for our live coverage of Draw 4. Our feature game will be between Team Tuck and Team Buke. On behalf of Rebecca and myself and the entire TSL crew, thank you for joining us.